Ooh, okay. My connection may or may not die here, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Wait a second now. Make sure I got everything all set up. Right. Do that. Alright, I think that should just about do it. Alright. Gotta get the grind on the road. What's the same? But, see, you must be wondering what I'm doing in Spiral Abyss. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to complete floor 7 and 8, and I guess get the Spiral Abyss freaking top 4 floors unlocked, but I'm not gonna do them till like later on. Yeah, level 70 enemies. Yeah, like, I already completed floor 6 before because like the experience tab of the Adventurer's Handbook needed me to do floor 6, so yeah. I'm only now like jumping in to this. Luckily I could check opponent details. So it looks like I'm gonna need this and this. And bam, bam, bam. So the only characters I have built. The starter characters, like the starter team, split into 2, should be good enough to get through these rest of these floors. So that'll be good. The reason why I'm doing this is try to get both rewards out of this.
No one escaped.
No excuse for slacking. My work.
Ouch.
Put your back into it.
In this quickly.
Let it rain.
Not breaking my duty.
Starfall!
Okay.
I guess this is it.
Ow! Oh no!
Drop!
Alright. Yeah, these first 8 floors have never changed. Other than you get a little bit extra stuff for having them completed nowadays, like such as getting nowadays Kale. And yeah, I think it's just Kale. That was like the extra added thing.
Frozen.
Take care of this guy first.
Freeze. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's right.
To the bone.
You're in for a
It's not
little
too bad though.
shock.
It should
Come a little
be
closer.
fine. It should be.
Cooked food. Disgusting.
You've been a naughty boy.
Flash frost.
This moment will be frozen in time. Be a killjoy.
Yeah, these first few floors should be like
Dodge
fine.
this.
Time for a flash
Surrender now.
Freeze. Run.
He, he.
Keep my distance.
You're in for a little shock.
Continue to chamber 2. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, honestly. It's just a matter of getting through, doing it, and then bam. I'll let my stamina recover a little bit. Right, then we
frozen. Crisp.
Starfall!
yeah, my might take it first. Because his shield's a little bit, even with the help of the Geo Traveler.
Freshness preserved.
Yeah, this is pretty simple. Just
Frozen.
Amber.
Ow. Oh no!
That's all there is to it.
Starfall!
You'll get frostbite.
Shade! No escape!
This isn't good.
Drop!
Use this first.
Anywhere.
I must collect myself.
Crumble apart! Go, go, Baron Bunny! Bet you can't keep up with me!
Oops, missed. That should be fine now.
Drop!
Yeah, I finally got my characters to level 90. I'm adventuring 50 now. I'm doing this just to try to get a little bit of rewards for completing floor 7 and 8 at least, bare minimum. I could try doing floor 9, 10 maybe. I think I must make it floor 9,
So
but
sorry.
even then I'm not sure if I want to quite attempt it now, because, you know, to say Spiral Business is interesting nowadays.
Cool it.
Alright, that's right, hot bath.
Try not to.
Killjoy. We've only just begun. Dodge this. Don't get frostbite.
Took care of them quicker than I thought. Right, chamber 3 off floor 7. And then I could pretty much, like, just be chilling. Okay, take care of you first, though.
No one escapes my Drop!
No, you're on top of the...
I will end you.
That is why.
This isn't good.
Wow. I'll take care of him first. Ready for the stream? Welcome, welcome. Nothing too crazy is happening other than just completing floor 7 and 8 of the Spiral Abyss. And then I'm gonna move on to doing the Ascension rank quest to raise my world level from, I believe, 6 to 7. Alright, I want to take care of them first. Because I do not have a Hydro to take care of this guy.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen. Dodge this. This is bad.
Alright. Floor 8. It's a Cryo Hydro Pyro on the other end. Okay, I think I've got it. Alright. Doing this kind of setup. Get a look at all of them. Well, there's nothing too crazy going on just yet, because, yeah, I still need to level them up and still need to work on their artifacts. It is very makeshift at the moment until further notice. So I only just now was able to, not too long ago, make them to go to level 90, I think it was.
Let it rain.
Okay, I need to take care of this guy.
Starball.
Alright, this shit's almost broken. If I remember, this guy's like passive right here, just make your cooldown longer. Talent skills.
Hey, get him.
Okay.
Drop.
I guess I should just go to the cryo. No, I didn't hold it long enough. That's. Yeah, I guess even aiming with that skill, cryo slows you down on that part too. But yeah, I think everything is going according to plan.
Let's back things up a little. Come a little
Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, I need to
Freeze.
okay, good.
Dodge this.
Took care of him before that flaming ball that comes out of him approached, came out.
Cool it.
Yeah, I might just do a physical build with Kaya. Probably the way to go. But yeah, I do plan to build all the, at least the 4, well, I guess 5, soon to be maybe 5 other characters that I'll have besides the starter team that I can build, because I still can get Kachina, but I just need to progress to Natlin, and yeah. That would be golden. Ouch.
Go, Baron Bunny. No escape. Crumble apart.
Take care of this guy. No.
Drop. Starball.
Alright, it's fine.
Let it rain.
Yeah, it's like another problem having the other end, because the other end also has a Rune Guard, but there's no bow character on that side unless I want to. Trying to equip Kale, but hopefully she doesn't get hit and die. Like, a matter of like maybe one hit. Because I think my Kale is only like level 40. Alright.
I'll race you there.
Just one left. Then the other side, gotta prepare for my reckoning. Ouch.
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
Try not to.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze.
Ouch.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Huh?
Dodge this. Don't get frostbite. What's the hurry? Freeze.
Right. Alright. Okay, that wasn't there quite yet.
No one escapes my
Yeah, sure, why not?
Rumble apart.
Did it. Alright. Just got the other side now. If I can hurry here, I can grab those shield levels and then start the funny.
Cool it. Dodge this. What's the hurry?
Surrendering.
Oh, so sorry. Freeze. Cool it.
Nice. Did it. I did it. And I could really continue if I really wanted to, but I think I'll stop it right there at floor 8 because, you know, top 4 floors is where it really begins to get interesting. More specifically floor 11 and 12, though. Yes, let me claim my rewards. But yeah, here it is. Oh man. I'll save that for some other time though. All I want was just to do those remaining 2 floors there that I've yet to done. And yeah, just go from there. Alright. Alright, I think that should do it. Got a couple artifact pieces. That one seems decent. I'll keep it. That. Flower as well. Because I might do a charge shot build with either Amber or Kale. And also for the Lantern, I did choose this character, the new character, because they seem to be useful. They also have a shield that scales off of attack. And then also something off of Elemental Mastery, if I'm not wrong. And wouldn't you know it, there's a 4-star craftable book that has Elemental Mastery on it, but yeah. Basically though, nothing amazing to be had with my characters. They just reached level 90. They still have a bit more ways to go. It's very makeshift at the moment. And yeah, just very makeshift for the time being. I was able to get this going for Amber, the 4-piece set of this. I still probably level that up. That's defense. I don't need that artifact. Yeah, just very makeshift. Could still, you know, use some improvement, you know. Yeah, the hustle. The kind of a bit of a struggle, but especially when you don't pull in this game, it becomes interesting. Yeah, I guess take a look at the stats here. Nothing too crazy, but it can still use quite a bit of improvement, so to speak. Got a decent amount of crit damage here, but not a good, like, crit rate. The crit damage could, of course, be better. And then I think the next element I planned to build on the MC would probably have to be Dendro, honestly. Dendro's pretty useful. And then maybe Pyro, because I've yet to try out Pyro MC. Oh yeah, I could probably level up this piece, maybe. Probably not though. I could try though. I could go up at least one level. Got a decent amount of books though that can only make them go so far. But yeah, I do have some of the other characters decently leveled that of course they could still go further. Got a few weapon unlocked. Besides your main, yeah. Yeah, like No-ish, it's like you definitely have to be a patient player because you know, eventually that nice amount of resin that they give you eventually will run out. And then you have to like play the waiting game and just build up stuff over time. Bare minimum, at least you can get free fragile resin from the free section of the battle pass. So there's like, what is it, like 5 in total that you can get? If I'm not wrong. Yeah, it seems to be like 5. Yeah, at least 5 of them that you can get. And then 2 of the special resin, which is also just fragile resin from the Serenity Pot. At least at a time. Alright. Now that I've done that, there's still the, yeah, Adventuring Ascension. Should probably go do that, and then get to world level 7. Yeah. Do that, so then I can have more better drop rates of things, at least. I think this is where things start getting a bit tricky with Ascension. I forget what there is exactly for this Ascension because they changed it nowadays. It's like a bit more difficult than it was before. In a roundabout way, this has kind of just become my main account because, I don't know, it's like a bunch of there's a bunch of characters in this game that are interesting, and I did like them when I tried them. But at the same time, it's just like I kind of realized the more I pull, there's like the more characters I have to build, and then it also like consumes more time on that end. And also, I guess time is something that I don't have much of nowadays, considering, you know, you gotta do things in life, whether it be, you know, school or work, you know, stuff that occupies your time. Okay, this Ascension should not be that bad.
Let's spark.
This one will be frozen.
So yeah, with this I'll do this, finish up Kazuha's character story quest, because when you beat his character story quest, you get a free 4-star weapon. That's good for like kind of a DPS of sorts. Yeah, it's better to have more options open.
Freeze.
Okay. Looking for Amber here.
Hey, get him! Let it rain.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this.
You're in for a little.
Do that.
Cool it.
Drop.
He.
I might be kind of
You've
close
been
here.
a naughty
Unfortunately.
boy. Surrender and.
God, it's one of these things.
No one escapes my sight. Go, go, Baron!
Freeze.
I might actually use attack buffs for this, but who knows.
Crumble apart!
Yeah, there's no shot that I'm doing this.
You're in for a little shock. Blitz. He.
Well, good to know it turns to Hydro, so there's that. Okay, so I may or may not have to use attack buffs for this though, so we got that. We got this. And I got an assortment of stuff here. Okay, I think.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this.
It would probably be good to have Amber travel here to gather these guys up really quickly.
Freeze.
Kill them that way. That thing's not dead still. It's crazy.
Get him! Let it rain!
Dodge this.
You've been a naughty boy.
Drop!
Cool it.
Shake! Starfall! No one escapes my sights! Go, go, Baron Bunny!
He.
Freeze.
Try not to.
This one will be frozen in time. Dodge this. Freeze.
Drop! No escape!
Okay, I did it. Just had to use a little bit of attack buff, and I might have to do it again to ascend to World Level 8. Once I reach Adventure Rank 55. And that's where the progression starts to plateau at that point. And that'll be fun. But it gives me ample time to prepare for the new World Level 9. But yeah. But alright. Well, I did it. Yeah, I imagine I didn't really get much more books, but I guess I'll get some more books from opening up chests and doing the ley line things in due time. Yeah, for now, a lot of this is just makeshift though, so. Yeah, it's a bit weird. And then for like a temporary healer, I could make a healer Elisa. I just need to like ascend this thing to 90, the prototype Amber, but of course there's Barbara here I could level up though, for the sake of an actual healer. But yeah, nah, this character that I picked from the Lantern Rite, I feel like they're going to be pretty useful though. Because they provide a shield and they're also good for like swirl like stuff with Animo. And also they could kind of fly like Kuching if I'm not wrong. Or not really fly but like zip up into the air. This is the statue, yeah. And or the food items with the was it this little gadget, yeah, this thing. Got like all these food items. Alright. But yeah, if I'm not wrong though, that new character, Lanyan, can kind of fly into the air a little bit. Like, they have a skill similar to what Kuching and I'll Hate Them has.
Coming!
Like, you just hold the skill, like so. And also they, well, generate a shield. Dude, that flies far. What the heck? That really goes far. And it goes at angles too, it looks like. It's kind of crazy.
This will be interesting.
But alright. But yeah, once I like work on these four, I'll work on like the other characters. Build them up. But of course I'll try to make it as far as I can with just these four for now. As I'm able to get to. Also, yeah, I did just started this, like, I've been doing some things. Which one should you pick? From, like, the Lantern, right? Like, well, the free 4 stars. Okay, but before I do anything though, let's see. There's like a few good options here, I feel like. Obviously Xingqiu's like one of the top picks out there, I think, still to this day because of his burst. And also he could work really well with Xiangling, who you basically get free from doing Spiral Abyss. So there's that. However, the only thing is with Xingqiu, since no pulling's a thing, you can't get Sacrificial Sword, so you have to like use some other temporary, like, or not really temporary, because it's gonna be permanent for the sake of not pulling. But there's a couple alternatives for swords at least that has energy recharge on them. There's the craftable 4-star sword that's in Sumeru, and then that one pipe sword in Fontaine that has energy recharge. But they're a decent pick. It's just, you definitely have to kind of work with energy rebuilding, but I guess Xiangling can kind of help with that with her Globa. Another good option, I think, is maybe this guy, considering that he can like kind of just plunge, kind of like Xiao can do with like Pyro. And you do have Lynette and like Kaya to kind of work with. For me, I ended up in the end choosing Lanyan, as you could see, because I was like, well, the Animo mixing and the shield seems pretty useful. And then I think Yaya is also another pretty good option. because you know Dendro with like Electro, Hydro, and you already have like an Electro and a Hydro, which is you know Lisa and Barbara. And I feel like another good pick would be Beto, because her burst does like stay out on field even when you're switching to other characters. It kind of works similarly to Xingqiu's like ult, but not quite as good. But it is an Electro that stays out on the field, and also she has like a parry mechanic that's also pretty decent. So I feel like. And also, I guess the Xiangling, if you want C1 Xiangling, but at the same time, having more unit would probably be better in this case. So, I'd say somewhere between, like, maybe... At least for myself, when it came down to picking which one, I was kind of narrowing it down to between Xingqiu and Beto. And then I was like, oh, she has potential, and I guess so does... Yao. So I'd say it's like probably between these four. I'd say maybe. Yeah, between Lanyan, Yao, Beto, and Xingqiu. As for which one you should pick, I don't really like deciding for other people because at the same time, it's like kind of like one of those moments where it's like, you probably should figure that out for yourself, what you feel like you might need. But yeah, because after all, like different things can work. But this game's very diverse. Oh yeah, Xingqiu skin outfit. It was free, like I think last Lantern, right? Last year. But obviously that's gone and done. So now the only way to get it is to get crystal top-ups, which, you know, requires money spending at that point. However, there is a free Xiangling outfit though, so there's that. I honestly wasn't expecting Xiangling to get an outfit, but then again, she is still a top favorite to this day in the meta for some teams. A good amount of them anyways. But yeah, I feel like for me, I narrowed it down to like Xingqiu, Beto, and Lanyan in my case, and then in the end, as you could see, I picked Lanyan. But yeah, pretty much have everything done in the event. But now I'm gonna go ahead and do Kazuha's quest. Because Kazuha's quest, when you complete it, he does give you like a 4-star DPS like sword. So there's that to be had from his quest once you complete it. So that's why I'm doing it right now anyways. But before I do, I'm gonna go and get some coffee or something. Because it's pretty cold in this house right now because it's winter. So I'll be back momentarily.
It's about time you realize that. True in this world is survival of the fittest. It's about time you realize that. It's about time you realize that. holds true in this world is survival of the fittest. It's about time you realize that. It's true in this world is survival of the fittest. It's about time you realize that.
Alright, I'm back. So I gotta throw on a sweater and got a cup of coffee. The medium roast. Alright. That should do it. Should be good to go to doing some story quests. This and then continuing Sumeru's story. So far I've completed Act 1 and 2 of Sumeru.
Oh? It's you.
And as you can see, I kind of already started this quest. Not very much has happened. It's just like, oh yeah, Kaza has a name for himself now. For deflecting the Raiden Shogun's, like, ability.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful.
Nice.
The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years.
Yeah, they somewhat, but it's like good enough to at least, you know, at least go down to the thighs, you know, because especially if I'm wearing leggings, and as you know, for a girl, no problem, but as a guy, well, fanboy stuff. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm still a guy, so there's gonna still maybe be something down there that's able to be seen. So it's good to have a hoodie like that to cover that up.
The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
But it seems to be good enough to cover down there, at least to the thighs. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty good hoodie.
Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
For a thing or two.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate
Get
at
to
large.
receive a clan again, but I don't know how that. I'm pretty sure
However,
he's
would
like,
I
nah.
be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Oh, jeez.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
Yet the Traveler is able to do it. At least in lore and cutscenes from what I've seen, but gameplay-wise, yeah, no, only one at a time.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Yeah, Samurai attacked us being like, yeah, where's Kazuha?
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well.
Think so.
Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Think it is a French thing.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Ryuji. See, every time when I hear that name, I keep thinking about, like, Ryuji from Persona 5. Speaking of which, that's a game I do want to, like, start up again and actually try to finish. Like, I remember getting, like, I'd like to say, like, halfway through the game. And then I, like, lost my save because it was, like, on PS4 or whatever. And then that was that. And it was kind of not too great because that game's, like, 120 hours at least to complete the main story of Persona 5 Royal, anyways. But once I start that up sometime later on here, I guess I will stream myself playing Persona 5. Because it is an interesting and fun game. think I remember. I think I was playing it on, I think just normal, but I think the next time when I play it, since I do understand its mechanics now, I think I'll try to just play it on hard. All right.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question.
Yeah, it's PC. The reason why I play controller is, I don't know, these kind of games, like, at least with this, to me, it feels like a game that's, like, more or less a game to be played on controller, because, for example, I guess the best way I could compare it to is a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game is definitely more or less like a controller type of game with how the combat works in that game. And also, there's like a full 360 movement I can do with the left analog stick with the character too. Obviously, the only part that might not be beneficial on controller is using a bow character, but even then, it's not too bad because it's not like it's PvP. If it was a PvP like first-person shooter game, yeah, I'd most likely prefer mouse and keyboard in that situation. I think the only game I bother just to continue playing on mouse and keyboard, in terms of Hoyoverse games anyways, is Star Rail, because since that game's just turn-based anyways, so it doesn't really matter all too much. But with a game like this, I don't know, it just feels like a game feels more comfortable to play on controller than mouse and keyboard. I've tried mouse and keyboard before, and I was able to get used to it, but I don't know, just something about it just like didn't feel, I guess, comfortable enough for me compared to mouse and keyboard. However, using a bow character was definitely, with the aim shot mode anyways, more enjoyable on mouse and keyboard because, you can more precisely aim with what you're doing compared to a controller analog stick on that. Or Star Rail. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if they ever will do that. Because, let's see, because if you think about it, PS4 came out in 2013, so the PS4 is like, let's see, 7... That console's like 12 years old. It's like, with Star Rail, I could see it being on PS4. With Zone Zero, though, I'm a bit skeptical because that game is, for whatever reason, probably the most graphically intensive compared to all the other Hoyoverse games. Because, like, even on the PS5, some of the cutscenes lagged, and I was like, whoa. Even, like, my PC here, it's pretty good for what I have. Like what, I have a 4070, I think, in my stuff. Yeah, for the most part, on at least PS5, ZZZ works smoothly, combat-wise at least, so there's that. I know I did try it on phone, and on phone it was okay. I feel like on mobile, anyways, ZZ is probably more comfortable than Genshin, because playing an open world game on mobile just felt kind of weird to me. But with a game like ZZZ, where you're not like running around, like jumping up and doing obstacles and stuff, like climbing stuff, and you're just simply on ground, just kind of moving around and then just hitting stuff, is nothing too intensive, at least in terms of controls. And then same with Star Rail. Star Rail's fine on phone because that's just turn-based. Genshin, though, it's like kind of weird. Kind of makes me wish they at least would allow the option to connect a controller on mobile to use on the game, but I guess not, because it's strange because, Minecraft allows for controller on mobile, but then again, Minecraft's been around a lot longer than these games, so yeah. It's been around since like 2011. 2009 technically if you count the beta versions.
Aha! So this is
But
the
officially
renowned
released,
Mr. Kaidehara. I've
Minecraft
heard a lot
officially
about
came out
you.
in
It is an
2011.
honor to finally meet you today.
Yeah, ZZ, it's a weirdly complicated, but after playing it for a bit, I kind of understand how to like do things in that game. At least I figured out how the artifact equivalent works in that game, as well as its like combat functions. In the the terms for some of the stats in the game, like pen ratio, and I found out pen ratio means penetrate, so it basically goes through defense of enemies, and then impact, I think, I forget if it's either heavy hitting or something like that, but yeah. But I learned that pen ratio stat in Zenless Zone Zero means penetration through defense of enemies. Because that's the one stat that you don't see in Genshin. In Genshin, it's just like, oh, attack, HP defense, and crit rate. Yeah, penetrate. That's literally what pen ratio means in Zenless Zone Zero. I looked it up, and it's like, oh, the percentage of ability to just ignore the defense of the enemy and just do damage directly to their health. And or even a shield that they might have. Like, if that was like a Genshin, imagine you're still able to do damage to like an Abyss Mage, even if they had their shield up. Something that I feel like Genshin should have.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can
Speaking of
offer.
which, I picked up Zenless Zone Zero again, albeit new playthrough. But I've been playing through it to try and get the new Nicole outfit. Yeah, it's like pretty good right now. Matter of fact, if you log into the game right now, they're giving away a free 5-star, limited time 5-star in the game. Like an electric attack user.
Oh, you were
And then there's
targeted in
also
an
a free
assault?
Nicole outfit for the
Let me
starting
think.
character, Nicole.
I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you,
Yeah, speaking of
our
which, I might
detective
probably
agency
Zenless
has
Zone
recently been
Zero
receiving
later
many
here.
inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions?
Millions of
Of
more.
Mora?
Goddamn.
Whoa.
Yeah, no polling in Zenless Zone Zero is a bit interesting because you only get like 6 characters for free guaranteed. Like the first 3 in the game, like Billy, Nicole, and Ambi. And what was it, Ben Bigger, that bear, and then Sukaku, that blue Oni girl, and from mail from the mail system when starting an account, Corrin that like made with like a like saw. Technically a 7th right now
Accept my
with the
thanks for looking
free
out for
5-star
my
character they're
privacy.
giving away. He's on the Zone Zero right now, or S rank, I guess it's called in like that game.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it.
Yeah, because it's like you only get 6 free characters and then 3 like free 4-star W engines, which are like the weapon equivalent in that game. You can craft other like A rank W engines, like 4-star equivalent of like the weapons. That's basically what those are. And then yeah, it's like you could get decently far, but yeah, like with how the way the game's designed, and especially the major power creep that's happened in that game a lot more quicker than it's happened in Genshin. In Genshin, it's only kind of happening now with like the Nalan characters. But luckily, at least Nalan's still playable without them. You just have to use the Saurian creatures though, unfortunately. Well, fortunately and unfortunately, however
Sorry,
you do it.
I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside.
But yeah, no,
for now.
Zenless Zone Zero,
Have there
pretty
been
good
any
game.
other attacks?
I think
or
honestly it's a
similar
game I wouldn't mind
incidents
pulling in, also
recently that
because that
stand out as
banger of a
particularly
soundtrack
unusual?
that plays when you get a 5-star or S rank in that game. Whether it be a W engine, a character, or a Bang Boo. Speaking of the Bang Boos, you only get 1 Bang Boo without pulling. It's like that weird Bang Boo with a bag on its head. It seems decent, it only does physical damage though. But it seems to do pretty decent damage from what I've seen, especially at level 20. It was doing like 1k damage at least.
The Tenryo Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention.
Throw it in a circle.
If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryo Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess.
What did they
and
do?
valor. So unless you were the first person
Basically,
who targeted,
the best way I could describe them, they're pretty similar to the elves that you get in Honkai Impact 3, if you even know what those are. If not, I guess the other way I could describe them is they're just like these little guys that follow you around and do like side damage for you on the side. They like go up and attack the enemy, and they have different abilities depending on the which Bangbu you are using. And you can also like get constellation equivalents for them as well in the game. They're nothing too majorly game changing. There's like a couple that have pretty useful like side abilities that can help with certain characters that you have. And you can only really kind of control them when you do like chain attacks. Like you've probably seen it where everything slows down, you switch to the next character, and then it slows down again, you switch to the other one, and they come in and do some stuff. It's only on like bosses that you could kind of like switch to them to do something.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted.
Yeah, basically. Speaking of those Bangbus, recently
It caused me great
they
grief to see
released an
someone
event
become
where you
critically
could literally
injured
play
and
Fall
lose their
Guys
life
with them,
because of me.
which is so weird. Minus the grabbing ability in Fall Guys, it's quite literally the same. You run, jump, and then dive. With like a bunch of online random players, I believe.
For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Also, they updated the combat in Zenless Zone Zero. Before, if you remember, all three of your characters share the same ult charge, right? The decibels in the top left. Now they changed it to where all three of them have their own separate ult charges you could use. So now you can light off 3 ults, like back to back, from 3 of your different characters that are selected.
Don't worry, we'll find
Because
it.
before, I remember it was only one ult charge that all of your characters shared. So you could only use like a ult every now and again, and you had to like be sure to choose one wisely that you'll need in the moment.
It seems you are
use the
every
ult
bit
of-
the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely the same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to
But
gather
yeah, more or
whatever
less,
leads I
Zenless
can.
Zone Zero, I'm kind of just playing for the story, and then kind of enjoying the gameplay for what it is.
Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma. Now
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a familiar name.
I remember now, like, seeing your profile pic, I remember that Lolly has the same English voice actor for the someone that voices March 7th in Star Rail. Like, huh, that's kind of funny. They also have, like, the same colored hair and everything.
Right.
There's, like, at least one thing I
Yuya
like
is
about
the
them.
nephew of
as well
Amenoma
as their
Togo, the
weird,
owner of
funny character.
Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time.
However, their gameplay-wise,
Cases
it's
are
okay.
likely connected,
Not really
but I don't
interesting
know
to me,
much in
though,
the
too
way of
much.
details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also
Yeah,
an
she
accomplished
straight up
martial
has the
artist
same
who is
English
skilled
voice
with the
actor as
blade.
March 7th from
Perhaps
Star Rail.
he is the one you are looking for.
Understood. Though it
And I was like,
seems
oh, that's kind of
highly
funny,
unlikely
considering
to
that they
me.
both have like pretty much the
I
same
neither
colored
know
hair.
this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
And what is happening in my background? Weird.
Sure, can't hurt.
Let's
We
consider it
never
a
know what
favor.
we might find out along the way.
Thank
Alright.
you, Ryuji.
Gotta find 2 missing
We'll
people
start by making some
at the
inquiries
burnt
at the
down
Amenoma
warehouse
Smith.
or something.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Yeah, I think I'll stream this for at least a good bit. You know, at least make progress. You know, story stuff. And then I'll probably go ahead and boot up Zenless Zone Zero.
What brings you here today?
Continue my progression in the story with that. To then get to the event to then get Nicole's outfit, because it does look good, and also, well, it's free for a character that I already own. Because, well, they're free. But however, I can just do the event, but it's like, oh yeah, warning, you'll get something spoiled with the story. I'm like, I better just do the story then first.
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Raiden Gokaden.
Let me quickly explain. The Raiden Gokaden was the collective term for the 5 most acclaimed bladesmithing arts in Inazuma. The techniques of blade making were personally bequeathed to the Raiden Gokaden by the almighty Shogun, and over time, further honed and enhanced by the most talented craftsmen. Unfortunately, a series of events led to the gradual decline of many clans in the bladesmithing trade. Today, only the Amenoma clan has kept its art alive.
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. In the old days, we each had our specialties. And just as iron sharpens iron, so too did we learn much from each other. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water, as it turns stone
Smash
to
of the
sand.
twink. Potentially. He does have like that short, like skinny build going on. Yeah, he's like the same height as Lumine right there.
There is
Practically.
nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in.
The
and
characters
day
that I know
out.
that are viewed that way the
Until
most
both
are
body
characters
and
like
mind
Venti,
have
of course, was
memorized
the
the
first one.
craft,
Then
turning
there's
each
Sangsho, then
motion and every
there's
technique
Chongyun, I think,
into an
technically.
intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life.
And let me think. There's a few other characters. There's a few other characters. Let me remember that Lenny is another one, and I kind of forget his name, but he's like kind of like a brother to Lenny. Fremine? Yeah, Fremine. Skinny build. Yes, absolutely. Are you finally awake, Oob? Got a nice rest.
As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes.
What?
My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look.
Cryptic
And
look.
said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that
6 hour
a fire
nap.
had broken out at
I
the
see.
warehouse. And neither of them came back.
Dang, someone committed arson.
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be
I
told,
see.
we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible.
Never know.
Yuya is not that kind of person.
He might be possessed by that
He
very
is
blade he
humble
was
and
holding.
kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me.
Discord call. It's the group call. Let's see. I have to ask them to see if they're fine with being on VC or on stream. So let's see. Who did this? Just kidding. Alright. So I don't have it enabled at the moment for the audio anyways, but do you mind being on stream? Alright. Alright. Riot Games, you suck. No, I'm joking. But no.
Right games.
You know, creator of League of Legends.
Guys, they're
Oh, yeah.
also responsible for Valorant.
Valorant as well, yeah.
Sounds
They
good.
Valorant and like some other game I forget off the top of my head anyways. But joking, but I don't know, God knows if they'll be, you know, considering the state of today, if they will be banned in the US or not. Because, you know, Chinese involved company or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Heard heavy breathing.
Heavy breathing and instinctively turn my volume down.
It's probably me doing that when I joined. That was probably me doing the heavy breathing, like it's just like, yeah. It probably, like, you know, depending on how it's listened to, it probably sound like sus. So understandable.
So I've been at the crib by myself, like all day today, because Paul has to look over his mom and dad's dogs or whatever,
I see.
and his cat, like Patches, she keeps like she has like crazy like anxiety, like
Oh, jeez.
separation anxiety.
Don't worry.
I didn't know that
You
until
have
last
our
night.
word.
when she just kept
And the
jumping on
sound
my
of
door,
that,
because I usually keep my door
Paimon doesn't
closed.
think
'cause,
Yuya was the one who attacked
I
us
don't
as
want
well.
them in. Like, I only want them in there when I want them in there. I just don't
Yes.
want them just being
It
in
sounds
there.
as if
Just why not?
something happened when the two men met each other.
Are they like, where is he? Where is he?
No, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, my cat, he'll do that. He'll just like start yelling at my door, but then he'll go and lay down. But like, Patches will just fucking just start screaming and then just start jumping on my door. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta go out there and like spray her with like water or something. Like, fucking stop.
Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Yeah, the cat
But
punishment.
yeah, I try to like, but yeah, I had to like I just like picked her up and try to like bring her in here like a couple minutes ago, and she like hissed at me, and I was like, well then fuck you then, and I like threw her, and I like fucking like I just like fucking threw her. I was like,
well,
fuck
hopefully
you.
not too hard.
No, I didn't.
Demon's paws.
I really just like dropped her. Really, I just like not even like threw her. I just like dropped her.
I didn't
Really.
throw her like a softball, you know. I kind of just dropped her.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
Oh,
kind of
of
just
course,
dropped
this
her.
woman.
If I
She's
threw
blocking
her,
the
I
story
probably
quest.
would have. I probably would have hurt her if I actually threw her.
Okay. I need
I wouldn't do that. So.
give me some food to the commission.
Let's see,
Gotcha.
rice buns.
It kind of just automatically picks what the fuck to give her. I've noticed every
rice
time.
buns.
It doesn't matter what you pick there. It still makes you give like whatever the hell it wants you to give.
I could, it gives me a choice between the three, basically. So, rice buns, like I said.
It's
Here.
whatever you have unlocked. Yeah.
Alright, there we go. I did it. Okay, now I can continue the story, I think. Please? Yes. Oh, is this...
Give her food.
Wait.
too.
No, I guess she was just nearby. That's why it was like interrupting the story. That's all it was.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
My
My
hunger
husband has
is
gone missing,
interrupting
and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see
collectors.
me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where
It's
he's
like one of
gone?
those Pyro for 2E, like, agents or whatever, like the debt collector guys.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind,
Yo,
can we
he actually
perhaps ask some
fucking-
questions
actually
about your
won it, though.
family's current situation?
I
For
won!
example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh, what happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like
Oh my.
he was in a trance.
Yo.
I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends
Damn,
meet
that's
has to
crazy.
come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave
Oh
him
yeah,
an
finally
ultimatum.
got paid.
I said, if he
Yeah, how's
refused to
that?
sell his collectibles and pay
A
off his
decent
debts,
amount, plus with like
I
the
would
bonus
divorce
pay, I think
him
it
and
was,
take
right?
the
That,
children with me.
that
Yeah.
thing, yeah. So I guess I got around like 2,400 or something.
Oh, sweet. I got like, I think mine was like 4,000 something, like 4,400.
Yeah. Imagine also because you're like full time, where I'm like only 6 hours, I think.
Yeah. Well, well, that's good for like part time though. That's really good for part time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like just 2 less
See, but
hours.
You have the. So you gotta start working full time. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I don't think they need me to do full time because the middle school side's only so big.
Yeah, no, they don't need you to do full time though.
Whoa!
Well, it's probably better than fucking TU.
Yeah, it's definitely more. Anyways.
Yeah.
And that led to
And
an
you,
argument.
like, literally get to just like clean
Actually,
and
it
not
didn't.
get bothered with or anything like that. You just
Generally, he's a
put your
quiet
headphones in and
man
just fucking
who likes to
just
go with the
clean.
flow. On most
Granted, you're
things,
doing
he
it
leaves
like
the
every day.
decision-making to
Like you're doing the
me.
same thing every day, sort of. I guess.
You must understand, I
depending,
never would have
but-
dreamed of threatening him with
I
divorce
mean, hey,
if the debts
at least you
hadn't
don't have to
pushed
deal
our
with people.
family to the brink after I
Except for
said
like,
those words.
I guess the
he
kids,
froze
but I mean, you're not really
and was
dealing with them 'cause
silent
they're
for a
leaving,
long
so.
time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see.
What the?
I understand. Only you came to purchase a weapon
Some
from
of them-
Mr.
Wait,
Nagato.
did you hear anything I
Fire
said?
broke
just
out
now?
at the warehouse,
No, not yet.
and both
Really?
men disappeared.
Let's see. It's like about the
He's like, oh, it's so great. You can listen to music, jam out, and be like, yeah, I'm wiping a counter. Counter.
counter.
or something.
Counter.
That's what
And I was kind of zoned out. This is like just witnessing
Oh, I
the
thought
story.
you had. Oh, I thought you were. Well, yeah, you pretty much are ignoring me.
I
Which
was-
is fine. I don't know.
I was just honestly zoning out, to be honest. It just tends to
It's
happen
kinda
when
like
I'm playing
what he-
games.
It's kind of like what he does with me when I go on more of a tirade than he wants to listen to. He starts just getting more absorbed.
It's like
Whatever he's doing.
start falling through like a dimension.
Yeah,
Like whoa.
boring.
Alright, I'll be back.
All right, careful now.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets
Oh
the
yeah.
eye.
So I want to get another wired, potentially a 360 controller again, anyways, because I noticed that controller works better than the Xbox One controller for emulators. Like a prime
Yeah,
example of
pretty
that,
much,
like I
it's pretty
remember,
much if you can deal with the shitty D-pad, it's like,
yeah.
yeah.
I just want like another,
Decent control.
like I guess a newer, mostly untouched, but you know it's probably gonna be used anyways, but mostly untouched wired 360 controller.
If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life,
and then offline.
it is
that'll-
quite
that's
unusual for this habit to
refreshing.
change so drastically over a short period.
But a new old stock 360 controller, huh? I'm sure there's some, but you might have to pay a little bit more for it being new.
Newish,
course.
anyways, yeah.
And that Wi-Fi adapter too. Did you bother with that? Or I'm guessing you forgot.
Not yet,
Yes,
but
you
I
should.
probably should since I got paid.
But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to
Normal,
start an
like, it's
argument.
like $20 or so dollars.
This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Yes. Snoopy come home. No, I'm joking.
Based on the
OEM 360
information we've gathered
controller
so far,
sealed.
I can only
$68.
surmise that
Is
the
that- is
sales
that
meeting
wired?
between the two men was somehow the catalyst
Yeah,
for their
but it's fucking
disappearance.
like $70.
Well,
Kind of
that's like,
expensive. You didn't hear me say that.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
I
fine
was gonna
with you. I'm
say,
fine
it's
with
probably gonna
used.
be-
Like, I just like I guess one that's not as used, basically, but it's like it's still
Oh,
used.
okay, the one I give you is still used.
I mean, it looks like
Just
it's been
one
3
to
years
use.
of use, to be honest.
Well, it just has sun fading primarily. But the sticks are.
The
mostly
fire at the
fine.
warehouse
Hello.
likely
I
played a
said
part
about
in how
the
the situation
sticker
unfolded,
logo.
though its exact role is a mystery.
Chicago. Let's get-
Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paima was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp
It's okay, it's
and,
working out.
nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a
Hello?
while. Over to you.
Yes. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. We hear you.
Hello?
Mm-hmm. Loud
Tell
and clear.
you that you cannot hear us and or
Hello?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, you can hear me. Okay, cool. I can hear you too. Gotcha. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you, Steven. Stop typing.
Nah. That's it.
He called his bluff. He was like, this man is already dead and he just doesn't even know it yet.
Yeah, no, I had to update my computer. What the heck?
There you go.
What the fuck?
You see, when
Right.
Windows says update,
I very
I'm
much
like,
agree with you.
how high?
It seems
is it?
highly likely that we're missing
No.
a piece of the puzzle.
Too bad.
Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover.
Oh,
One fact
Genshin,
that I keep
Genshin.
coming back
See,
to
you gotta play Sonic.
is that
though.
Amenoma Yuya is
But I've already
polite and
played
well-mannered,
Sonic many times.
while Mr.
You see, he's
Nagato is
already played
introverted
Genshin many
and
times and
passive.
he needs to play it again.
Neither seems like the type
Hey.
of
Yeah,
person
what
who
the
is
hell?
inclined
Hey.
Look.
towards initiating conflict.
I have an addiction problem. I can't stop, won't stop. It's,
got an
Yeah, when the
addiction
fucking
problem.
servers are down earlier, he's like, oh, this must be the start of the beginning of the end of the band.
Dude, it was just so coincidental. Like, the American servers were working, but the Europe and all the other servers were working.
It's kind of just like saying to you, I was like, I'm pretty sure
It was
it's
so
probably
weird.
because
I was like,
if it was
damn,
like
did
an
it happen?
actual band, you wouldn't be able to log into any server from your IP address if it was an
Mr.
actual band.
Nagato,
like,
being heavily in
American
debt,
sense.
is also
kinda
the only
figuring
one of
it's
them
just
with
the
the
server
potential
thing.
motive to disappear
just
after
Yeah,
the
just
fire.
had to jailbreak the router to make it seem like I'm in Europe or something.
More so
Yep.
VPN.
The more I ponder
Why is
it,
my mic like
the more
this?
puzzling it becomes.
See,
Just
here's the
what
problem.
could have
What's the
happened
solution
there?
to the problem? Just build a VPN into the router, so there you go. Jailbreak that shit.
Build a VPN and a what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Mm.
Solves all your
How are you
problems.
gonna do that?
See, I'll get some contacts, some pretty good technicians out there. No, I'm joking.
I can't fucking do that. What the hell? I don't know if you're talking about me.
Well, no, I'm not sure if you would know, but there's some high-grade people out there somewhere.
Right.
Just gotta know them.
Although the time
It's a
frame
bit
seems
of
to
a
broadly
I
match,
know them.
no other details that
It's
we've
a bit of a
learned seem to
re-engineering
link the two events
process.
together. Amenoma
Most
Yuya lacks a
definitely.
key distinguishing feature of the attacker. Namely, that he is principally
I
a
am technically
practitioner
a
of the blade
technician,
testing
but I
techniques
don't
of
do anything
Amenoma art,
VPN related. So.
not those of the combat-oriented
figure it out.
Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we
And
could
granted,
get
I'm
two
pretty
birds
sure you're
with
gonna
one
have to have
stone
like
here, but at this rate,
some
it's
type of.
starting
You're gonna have to like
look
create some
a
type of like
wild
portal of
goose
some sort. I would assume
Let's
in order
keep
to do
going.
that.
Since we've come
And then
this
you
far,
have to like
if we can solve the case,
grab
both
like
Mr.
something.
Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato
like,
will be
I
able
don't
to
know.
get some closure.
I don't fucking know.
See,
I
you're
just
supposed to know
assume I would
everything.
know, but shit. I don't fucking know.
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Don't worry about it. Alright.
Alright. See, it's quite simple though.
My stomach hurts. I could go take a shower.
See, it's quite simple though. Things do go south. Just gotta cause the change of heart in our president. You know, Persona 5 style.
Cause a change of heart.
Yeah, dude. Gotta go to other powers.
This ain't just because of Genshin Hellhaver's
Nah, I'm joking.
Trump's evil.
Well, it's not just that, but the whole
he's attacking me personally.
No,
He's doing this specifically.
no, I'm not. I'm not thinking like Florida man. Come on now.
Which character would you be in Persona 5? If you were to like, I don't know, like switch places or whatever, like with that character, what character would you be?
Might as well choose a main character because you know you can use anything. You can use anything.
Oh yeah, you gotta be the main character. I am
the main character.
I mean, think about it. I got black hair just like he does, and
I have black hair. What the fuck you mean? I have black hair. What the?
And also, I guess AI seems to think I'm Asian half the time, so there you go.
I'm Asian.
You're optional Afro man if you want to be, I assume.
Afro.
What character would I be? I don't know. I'd probably be Yusuke.
I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament.
What are we gonna do with you?
What the?
You can hear. I know what else.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to
There was like no
It's
response
just
to that.
mess.
It's right around here somewhere.
It was like
All dialogue's happening.
Yeah, this is basically just
There's nothing
a
here.
character story quest. It's like a side thing.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left.
I guess
It
I just
felt
won't talk
very
anymore.
much like that ancient presence in Inazuma,
I'll just shut up since you guys are
the
watching
remnants
the
of
game.
the Tatarigami.
Sonic.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring
Tatarigami.
of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Okay.
So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Surely someone would have noticed.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
Oh yeah, my characters are finally
The
level 90 now.
influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That's
If
dangerous.
we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Sonic Unleashed. What the fuck?
Probably means like his ultimate model.
Yeah, they like
What's
put
down
his
there?
model in Sonic Unleashed.
Strange.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Supposedly, I guess ZZZ, depending on what the Switch 2 is capable of, it might end up being on the Switch 2.
It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
Probably.
Yeah.
Unless the Switch 2 is somehow like way more powerful than the original Switch.
Yeah, it's just like as powerful as the Steam Deck or something.
That would be nice, but I don't know if Nintendo will be able to
That was
make that
too
profitable.
scary.
Even though, yes, they're
Paimon
already
was
massively
so sure that the
rich
warehouse
enough, of course,
boogeyman
but
was about to
company's still
jump
gonna
out
make a
at
profit
us.
at the end of the day.
All we can do now
Worst
is keep
cases.
searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Let's hurry.
Yes,
to delay
let's go.
any longer.
If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from.
Yes.
Quiet your mind.
Gotta take that sword, make it
Focus
mine.
on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
This presence of someone in the wind. Imaginary friend. I mean, he's real. Child, either the same order worthy or not. Keyboards, or find something similar that you wanted to order.
From this point, the trail appears to
Oh,
split
I
into
haven't
2.
even.
The main
I haven't
source of
even
the
chosen.
Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance,
I haven't even chose one
but a
yet.
small
I
portion
looked at it and I
remained
was like,
here.
oh, nice.
and seems
Get
to
back
be
to it later.
dissipating
I
slowly.
forgot about it.
They're not going anywhere. It's just,
Quite possibly.
I mean,
Yeah.
Let's
the
search the
computer you
area.
ordered might come with a keyboard anyway. It might not be a great one, but you may or may not have one.
Whoa,
This is the
look
kind
at all those silly churls.
Yeah.
They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Starfall! Crumble apart!
Cool it!
It's
Rocks. Nah.
Look at this red stuff.
Rock lobster.
What is it?
by the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
Small bombs gone off.
What about Amanoma Yuya? Or what? Amanoma Yuya? Yeah, that's a bit of a weird name.
Emanoma.
Stomach kept on bleeding. Oh, dang. Why did he steal that blade?
Ulcers. Yeah. Stomach ulcers, maybe. I'm not an EMT or anything.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the Hilly Churls. There's nothing more for us to find here. Yes, right now we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end. If Amenoma Yuya is attacked...
Amanoma. Guess.
Right.
Amanoma
So let's
Yuya.
get moving.
Amanoma. It's a bit of a tongue twister.
How did it come to this?
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. It seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Well, on this brief intermission, would you grow an afro, or have you ever had an afro?
Yeah, I've had an afro. I've had an afro, and it wasn't that long. It was like a medium-sized afro. It wasn't like crazy long or anything.
Yeah,
and then I like got like
inconvenient, possibly.
Yeah, and then I just got like cornrows.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Cornrows.
Why here? Is there anything special about this
them,
place?
like, braided
I'm
in a
not
way or
sure.
something.
But on closer examination, I sense
And then
that
I
the
just,
aura
like-
may have lingered here at several
just, like,
different points in time.
Got him out, and then I just cut
Show
my hair,
yourself.
and then yeah, that was it.
It's no use hiding
And
anymore.
I just like never grow out my hair again after that.
It's usually rock a buzz cut or something. Yeah.
Kaedehara Kazua.
Yeah,
It's
or I
you,
just like
At last.
don't like cut my hair.
So it
It's
is the
just
same guy from before.
kind of just dry or whatever. I
problem,
just
huh?
I don't care.
What could you
I'm just
possibly
like
have
whatever
against
about my hair.
Kazuha?
Nowadays.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenome
Unless your
Yuya,
dad's still
we are in fact
describing
facing the
how to
blade in
make a
his
bow.
hand?
He's like.
It's like something about starting the fire for the stove or something.
Now that you mention it,
Blade.
it is giving off a strange light. Whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenome Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So... swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
So Amenome Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Surrendering. Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
Submit to me!
Freeze.
I'll race you there. Let it rain.
Come a little closer.
Cool it!
Drop.
You shall rewrite history!
Dodge this.
Join me and sever that divine light! Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same! I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger! And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenoma Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
Taking a one step closer to my
returned to
cock.
Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life, even if you were to sever that divine light. Is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired? Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection. And certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet. And I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find
get your
yourself
PFD
some
today.
enemies with whom you wish to cross blades.
PFD.
A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them,
What
we
about
shall
it?
proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your
What
end
about
of the
it?
bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
Did you get it today?
I'm not too sure. I haven't seen anything anyways.
No, I'm just joking.
'Cause, yeah, I think it's
Just yeah, it's way too early.
this is like, I don't think so, nor have I heard anything.
I accept.
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do
You're
this,
like-
he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak.
Oh, it's this guy.
I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the
Though he
reason
did
Mr.
kind of get
Nagato and
outdone by
Amenoma Yuya fell prey
Shilonen
to it.
from the Anatsuka
Since I
Now
don't
character.
have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Let's see.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
All right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya. What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
It's a big guy.
Ja, we brought him to Vietnam.
What?
Okay.
Meow meow.
He goes.
You know, I finally got our cast to calm the fuck down.
Just,
I heard some
'Cause they were
fancy
like-
fish, you bitch.
Leave everything on
Dude,
this
they were
journey
like
to me.
freaking out. Like, I don't know why. Like, because like I always close my door and like Paul's always out there. So, but now it's like Paul's not here. So now they're like freaking out. They're like, we need to be with somebody. Damn.
Invasion of people.
get the or it's more like I'm forced to use him or try out this character in combat.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strider.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use.
Sissy.
Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange.
Gotta get bigger. No,
Rather than
bigger.
trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
I look exactly this way.
What's going on? Whee! I'm joking.
I can smell that word.
Alright, let me look at that, make sure I'm not missing any funny chests. Yes, oh, man.
not missing you. Missing you. I'm not missing you.
Oh yeah, I should do the event, Kyle.
See, I was extremely seek deprived today, and then I keep forgetting to do it, and then I'm doing something else.
Say no more.
But it's okay. If I don't end up doing anything, you're calling me for it for the rest of today.
There's more. How's this?
So, what are you doing right now?
Cleaning up inside track.
My blade.
As one with wind and cloud! Wind strider!
Finally, I.
So I don't look at the pause like that.
Yeah, go look at it right now.
Finally, I.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
What? Oh.
The stream presence just
And the thing is too, for the first part of the quest, you don't even need to go like too extremely far for literally the first part in the event quest to unlock the mini games. So I'd at least recommending doing all the mini games at least. That should be enough to get you the outfit, as well as a character to choose. It honestly does not take that long. I mean, like
it looked really difficult when you were doing it. It's just Puyo Puyo Tetris is like so challenging.
Oh my dude,
it was so hard.
Hey Kyle.
Yeah.
How difficult is Puyo Puyo? If you know what that is.
Think Dr. Mario.
Yeah, see?
I thought you were like.
If anything, it's like. If anything, it's easier than actual Puyo. What I've noticed.
I thought you were like struggling.
I can
with
sense
it at
that
the
his
time,
strength
kinda.
is slowly fading away.
No, not really.
The blade
It's
is
just
becoming
kinda
more
like
and more difficult for me
misplacing
to
my
wield.
blocks.
I'm just kind of throwing stuff down and calling it good, you know. Just like, yep, that looks good.
It's just you mesh form color of the same type, and then bam.
I know how I know how you Puyo Puyo textures, or just Puyo Puyo works in general.
He cannot hold out much
Listening.
longer.
So there's
If
that.
he keeps persisting,
And the next
he will
thing you
likely
can do,
break
which is
apart at
really
any
simple,
moment.
just make a letter gift for each of the characters, and then fast forward to 8 to the next day, and rinse and repeat, and just gift to each character. Which is 7 characters in total to gift a letter to, and the one where it's like voiced. Then yeah, and that's it.
It's like 7 people. That sounds like a lot.
What would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal. Time to go.
But honestly, it's not that hard. And if anything, you just, like, once you cleared all the other stuff, like, all you need to do is just a little bit of combat. Like, you honestly don't have to do all the combat.
Oh no, even you didn't do all the combat.
Well, I did do all of them at least once, but I just went with forever, and then it starts out
Yeah, you just settled because Claire extremely demanding characters.
So, yeah. And they provide trial characters too that are level 80 build, so there's that too.
Time to go.
It's not like they don't leave you any option.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the
I
entire
know
fight.
they have trial
Yes.
characters, they haven't done it yet.
And it
That's
looks like
basically
he's
the
reached
story.
his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit
Maybe I'll
dimmer
figure it out.
again.
Maybe I
It
want to
doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup. We can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
This blade is like a pretty short weapon, I think, yeah. Ouch. That's fine. But no, yeah, no, seriously, it's not as hard as you're making it out to be. Dude.
Come on, what the heck is
what is happening?
You fought way better with your own sword.
Basically, the event in Genshin right now, where there's also a free outfit to claim, is making it seem like it's like this great feat and hard thing.
I know.
And it's not that
hard. No. I'm just memeing. I know it's not inherently.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit.
Dude, trust me, it'll take you like 20 to 30 minutes tops.
You have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
So of course,
dude, I'm not that good at this game, come on.
But in this too, you have
being
failed.
good at it, it's just playing it more.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain
At the same time,
perfect
I
harmony
guess you could always
which
buy
your
the outfit
personal
later.
blade does with you.
No, if I don't get it, I don't get it. I've never bought anything in Genshin directly myself.
Alright, I'll use the weird website to gift it to you through your UID code, or UID in the game, to gift you crystal top-ups.
Yeah, I don't need it that bad.
And bam.
It's not like a life or death changing
Too much time has
situation.
passed.
It's just like something that
My
seems kind of
physical
cool, but
state
like
is poor,
not like I
without
usually
proper
normally do anyway.
maintenance. I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
I shall never reach that level of glory.
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power: skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art.
Skill, blade,
There is something else I must tell you.
Things
Though your maker may not have been
quintessential.
aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenome Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
I see. Hold on. There must be a chest somewhere, maybe. Still, yeah, dude. Look at this. Oh, dude, this outfit's nice. Nah.
And you're more than free to flex it on me if I end up not getting it. It's my own fault. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's just GTA somehow, I guess, more enticing. But maybe understandable because there's no gacha in that game to worry about, or Lux-based stuff, anyways.
Well, I guess
When
you're
I
forgetting
touched the
the
hilt
casino.
for the first time, it's as
It's
if
not
I was
mandatory, but
transported to a
it's
strange dimension.
It's also not accessible in China,
It was somewhere
ironically.
I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Bet you can't keep up with me. I'll race you there.
This might have been where I came from.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Just checking around for any chests.
Better get that chest.
Yeah, there was anything else, so.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my fortune like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor.
Probably.
If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the...
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Wow, these will come in handy. This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin Art, Kaedehara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma Art, Amenoma Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Still the same, but it's just different in appearance.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Thank you for the experience. although he appears battered and broken. In your hands, it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
Wow.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish.
Absolutely nothing.
He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
It's Yuya!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
Tell them about the various things.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity, but I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
This game is just too easy. I fucking died and I still got an S rank. What the hell?
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Trust your
Thank
judgment.
I will explain my reasons
But
later.
is it really easy?
Okay. I am
Yeah, I
ready.
literally just died. I lost all
Let us
my
begin.
points and I still got an S rank.
Like,
Somehow, I don't know how.
You did great.
But I still got an S rank, and I was like right at the end. And I fucking died, and I
Power is
still got an
almost
S rank. I don't
spent.
know how.
Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my
nobody
physical
cares.
form can be forged anew.
Everything. You mean...
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness
this game makes
faded,
absolutely
was
no
he
sense. You
willing
can
to
like
entrust
move
it
the
to
fucking
another.
sun somehow.
What the hell?
It's like, you know how you can like change from like night to day? It's like,
Yeah.
they're pretty much implementing that you can move the sun with like the force or some shit. It's like the most weirdest thing ever.
The
Just
same
like-
fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation, and it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beidou again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
blade, I got the sword. And there it
Got the sword.
Yep.
Nice.
The very blade. The very same.
Nice.
Who goes there?
Keston Meston.
I got the funny sword from Kazuha's character story quest.
Sword, the goodie sword.
Yeah, Kagatsurube Ishin.
Yeah, Nugget.
Being a singer decided everyone.
Say that everyone should face the wrath.
It's like you will know my rank.
Items forged. Oh yeah, should probably go collect them. Next time will be this.
Of a lifetime. New York's
Oh
What's happening?
my cat's going cuckoo.
Oh really?
Come a little closer.
But are you sure though?
Nugget, you need to calm yourself.
Right now the question is, do I go for artifacts? You know, only the best things in the game to go for. Totally not tedious and
Company for a while. There'll be plenty of time for work later.
this guy's already addicted and just doesn't know it. Alright, I feel like I need to get the physical damage going, so I'll go over here. But give me a moment. I hear him popping off.
Yeah, he's biting. Yeah, you're biting.
Alright, fun part. Artifacts. Oh shit. Everyone loves artifacts in Genshin, right?
Get out of here. You're being a booty head. No. It's in your booty head.
You've been a naughty boy.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Shake!
Try not to enjoy this.
Get it! No escape! Starfall!
Cool it.
They got age verification in the Arquette now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, can't have little kids playing this, so we gotta do this. So
Speaking of VR chat, I saw like a whole bunch of videos of like people like catching pedophiles on there.
Yeah, it's not too surprising.
It's like
it's also
like,
why that's there.
The new Chris Hansen. It's just like
Just like, all right, take a seat right there, like some kind of worlds.
yeah, they make you can't leave, so you could like literally have to log off the game.
Yeah, just do like some kind of hack.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's like they'll get caught and then like they'll like instantly block them and like make a new account. It's crazy. Like how much goes on that game. Roblox is worse. I don't know how the fuck Roblox is worse. Yeah,
Blitz.
Roblox is terrible. Like that game should just be for kids because there's only kids on there, and then there's like creepy fucking weirdos on there that'll just go on there and like play with other people.
Dodge this.
I'm like, why? Yeah, and there's like,
Oh, so sorry.
there are people on there that are like, they just fucking like groom kids and shit. And it's like, it's so common that they had to change the guidelines so many times.
Freeze. Dodge this.
Alright. Alright. Frickin'. But anyways, yeah. Lethal Company. But it was all Genshin. Like the rune guards and everything.
Told you I'd win. No escape.
Yeah, come a little closer.
Which domain is this? Oh, it's the, okay, I forget its name, but it's like the one that gives you like the Bloodstained Chivalry set, I think it is, yeah.
You've been a naughty boy.
Please get stunned. Yes.
Try not to.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze. Cool it.
Go, Baron Gun!
Gotta be careful.
Dodge this.
Shake! Drop!
I was lurking the whole time. Understandable. But yeah, I'm just trying to get artifacts. You know, everyone's favorite things of this game.
Yeah, the good, the funny.
Yeah, dude. The main thing that I guess boosts the character. It's the main stuff, but I'm not having too good of a luck right now. Oh yeah, what do I have for a little cup piece? I guess that extra Geo cup will be saved for Kachina, I guess. Whenever I do get that character.
What mods do they have for that?
For what game?
Oh, there's like a game called Atlas that I wanted to see.
Blitz.
Freeze.
They only have 100.
Oh, so sorry.
Who goes there?
Starball! Yeah!
You.
Dodge this.
Sparkling.
What the heck? No. Oh my.
I swear your dad has like fucking audio coming out of the TV of us on the fucking Discord.
I'll just do an impression almost sometimes.
He's like,
alright. Amber.
Oh, is that funny? He's like, Amber.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
No, I saw something funny. It was funny.
I saw Amber.
Start laughing.
I got Amber.
No, dude, what if I just did like, you know, like the I'm Thinking Miku or whatever the hell it is? It's like that one song.
Come a little closer.
I just do that, but I'm thinking Amber.
Frostbite. Freeze.
Alright. Go Bear. But luckily for now, it's all just gameplay.
You've been a naughty boy. Try not to.
Dodge this. Freeze. Cool.
Ouch. Damn, that was
No one escapes my
one
sight.
Come a little closer. Blitz. You.
Freeze.
That should do it. Bam. But yeah, finish up Kazuha's character story quest. Got the sword.
One second.
It's gonna be a lot of flower pieces of the set, but not like the exact pieces I need. Alright, well, let me take a look over what I got. Got a flower, but kind of already had it, though this one's better though, so. Yeah, okay. Then we got this. That one's potentially better. That's a bust. Go over to Leeway.
Again.
Alright. Craft this stuff. Yeah, give me it. It's mine. Alright. Okay, now I remember what I was gonna do. It was this stuff. Alright. Give me something good. So I more or less need energy recharge so I can get rid of this. And then try my luck here. I guess that's not bad.
Let me try your luck. Are you summoning?
No, doing artifact re-rolling.
Oh, you're like trying my luck here. I was like, what do you mean? Summoning? Are you summoning?
See, everything in Genshin is luck. Alright. That's how it is. Alright, Mystic Offering. Oh boy. Alright, well, that didn't really go too well. That's artifacts for you, though. That's not gonna go well most of the times. So, a waste of my resin, essentially. Alright, let's try this. For Geo stuff for Lumine. Alright. So I gotta...
This moment will be frozen in time.
I gotta toss it to conduct.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Get out of my way! Knuckle apart!
Cool it!
Don't waste time.
Freeze!
Drop!
My work.
In this quickly.
What's the hurry? Cool it!
It's bad. Let it rain.
Freeze!
I guess this is it.
Let's see, does Cousin Belts do anything? Yeah, no. They changed this demand to be a little bit more tolerable.
You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
Oh, dude, Trump banned pronouns.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he had an official order, signed decree. With punishment.
For what?
For pronoun usage.
Pronouns.
Wait, really? What the fuck?
Dodge this!
Unless I remember.
Well, I thought he already did that.
Unless I remember.
Nah,
this in
he banned basically everything that revolved around having multiple genders. So you could still claim and say to have those, but if you want to go to restrooms,
Oh! Oh. Oh my goodness.
Try not to enjoy.
Hey, go Baron Bunny! No escape!
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen in time. What's the... Freeze.
This is bad. This should be fun.
Blitz.
This is bad.
Shake!
My work.
Cool it.
Yeah, dude, we get to be more anonymous.
Dodge this.
I guess this is it.
Here. Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Cool it.
Starball! Drop!
Let's spark things up a little.
Oh my. My connection.
Do I get frostbite? Dodge this.
Yeah, I'm actually dying. I checked on Discord too in my stream.
Freeze.
I don't know, it's just... Okay, there we go. Oh, good thing I only have gameplay audio. Because I was like, oh man, controversial talks. I was like, I better switch over to just game audio for my stream. Yeah, don't worry. I like immediately as soon as I could freaking switch it over to just gameplay audio. So nothing else was caught.
You're in for a little shock.
Dodge this.
Yeah, for Camilla, I don't even know what she's capable of, so there's like a unknown factor in the equation.
Blitz.
I will end. Dodge this.
Try not to.
Oh, so sorry.
This is bad.
Crumble apart! Starball!
I guess this is it.
No one escapes my...
Cool it.
Come a little closer.
Let it rain!
Blitz.
I'll race you there!
Let's spark.
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen in time. What's the hurry?
Starball!
Okay, so I could probably level up this piece. At least, like... Yeah, no, because, you know, that retail job is not fun. Alright. It's not too bad, not too bad. This piece. Alright. I tried my luck, but I received nothing.
What should I try this time?
I think Kessner's streaming it. Cutting the cord. What? Alright, well. Alright, I will continue Subaru next time I'm on this. But also, a bit more grinding has to be done. But yeah. It's been fun. I'll probably start up maybe another stream for Zenless Zero, but at the same time, I don't know. But yeah, it's a maybe.